Alassane Yusuf has only played 3 games in the MLS this season.
Crazy.
Plays for New England Revolution.
Yeah.
He left Belgium in January to join New England in the MLS.
Yeah.
Has only played 3 games. He's played 4 games in total in 2025. This is not midfield material for the Super Eagles. I don't know what we are doing. In fact, I will just remove him and not replace with anybody. Make him no just day. Remove him first for peace of mind. Let the breeze blow the space.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Heat Podcast brought to you by Pole Sports Nigeria. My name is David Ben. I'm your host, and I am not alone. I'm with the gang, and we are back. What's up, guys? How you doing?
We're good. Hi, guys. It's good to be back. Toasting as always.
Hello, guys. Izuchukwu here. Sup.
We actually have a special guest, this episode. It's a crossover guest. Most of you know him. He's one of the most popular faces on the internet. Coming steady, blowing our minds with banter. Epic banter, by the way. He's the host of Crossfire, one of the most successful shows on Pulse Sports since we started this company, and he's here with us today, gracing us with his big presence. I called him the big man, Tunde Young. Welcome to the Heat, Tunde. Welcome to the Heat.
Thank you very much for having me. That's it, buddy. That's it. Let me just first of all, point of correction.
Okay.
I'm not the host of Crossfire. Jimmy is the.
Okay, he's one of the famous faces on Crossfire.
So
I consider you the host anyway, though, because you started that.
And second correction, not the most successful show on Pulse Sports. One of the most successful shows on the internet. Period.
Agreed.
If you can name any internet shows,
we cannot name anyone.
that are doing better.
We can't name anyone.
Name them in the comments.
No,
internet
we
sports shows
can't
in
name
Nigeria.
any. We can't name
Come
any.
on, man.
We can't name any.
Yeah, so but it's a pleasure to be here with you guys. You guys are the hottest podcast of the year.
Please.
Was it on this seat that thing happened or that seat?
Which seat?
The historical moment was it on this seat or that seat?
No.
It's on this seat.
No.
No. I'm glad that my talent level is enough to be on this episode. I'm grateful.
Yeah, talented.
I'm actually excited to have you here with us today. On a lighter note, I know that Nigeria, Super Eagles of Nigeria, have a date with destiny this month. It's this month. A very, very, very important date with destiny. Serious dates, like it's no jokes.
Yeah.
And on a lighter note, guys, I know that the last time we failed to qualify for World Cup, we were embarrassed, out of the qualification spot by our neighbors Ghana, small Ghana of yesterday. Embarrassed us, despite the fact that the NFF actually offered free tickets to the stadium in Abuja, which one of our reporters attended. The MPFL legend himself, Izu, he's here with us. He attended that game, but somehow Nigeria could not. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. Now we have put ourselves in another mess, another glorious mess. But we want to see if we can triumph out of that mess with the 2 crucial games against Zimbabwe and Rwanda coming up in the World Cup qualifiers. So I'm thinking again, I don't want this to be another case of deja vu, guys. I want to ask, do you think the NFF should, again, offer free tickets to Nigerians so that we can fill up the Uyo Stadium? It's actually quite bigger than the one in Abuja.
No.
So do you think the NFF should? Because I know the next thing you're going to be hearing now is Super Eagles players coming. Ahmed Musa, we need support of Nigerians. We need support. We need your support. We need you to support us, back us, be in the stadium, make noise, whatever. Do you think NFF should, say, okay, free tickets for Nigerians so we can just fill up that Uyo Stadium so these countries can feel intimidated? Or, there's no point since, we've been disappointed before when we tried that. What do you guys think? Let's start with our guest, Tunde.
Look, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have not been, in terms of football-wise, we've been underperforming, yes. But as a brand, this is arguably the biggest sports brand in Africa. Yeah. Like, I'm not even saying football. Like, in terms of sports brand.
Yeah.
In terms of the reputation that this team has. In terms of what this team means to lots of people in the country and on the continent. We were always the team to beat for a long time. Mm-hmm. And even when we stopped being the team to beat, that brand, the Super Eagles, it means something. Associated with the green, associated with the shirts producers, Nike. Like, it means something. So, in my opinion, a brand that big should never ever be free. Never ever be free. But again, this is Nigeria. We've never treated it like a business.
Yep.
And
That's true.
It's a couple of factors. Number one, the team is not doing well. Secondly, they cannot ignore the economic part of it.
Yeah.
Like country ad.
Yes.
And even though these tickets are just 1K regular, 3K VIP,
Yeah.
even people that have it would much rather spend their money on something else. And also, most people even prefer to watch football at home anyway. That's all that.
Yeah.
There are lots of factors riding against. So, like for the Ghana one that you mentioned, in the case of we couldn't afford, if we couldn't afford that place not being full.
Okay,
That's why they threw the gates open and played the game at the historically shambolic Abuja National Stadium, which is a national disgrace, more than a national stadium anyway. And Izu was there. It was a packed.
It was.
But because it was thrown open, people are not. These stadiums, the way they are built, they are not that accessible. We play most of our games in Uyo.
Yeah.
I've not been to Uyo yet, but people that have been there have talked about how the stadium is far. It's just so even if the game is even if you throw the games wide open, there's still a lot of stress in terms of people that live in Uyo get into the stadium. The same thing to the National Stadium in Abuja. You know, so unlike Lagos, where the stadiums are like
Central.
accessible, they are right on the road. The Surulere Stadium, the Testing Balogun Stadium, the Oniko Stadium, they are on major routes. So like if you throw it wide open in Lagos, people will come because it's free. And people that live in Surulere alone can fill up the stadium. So like those are some of the factors. But the major thing is we do not treat the Super Eagles like a business. Sports generally, we have failed.
In Nigeria.
Sports generally, we have failed in commercializing sports. When you have a brand this big, with names this big, and we still somehow have no choice but to let open the gates for free and hope that people still come. Because it's not because you open it for free doesn't mean that people will come.
Sure.
Yeah.
So like that's where we really are right now, and this is sad.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I don't think they market the games enough because even here, I've not heard where they are selling the ticket. You have to go on Google to try and do this. You can pay blogs. You can pay Pulse Sports to do adverts.
They don't know to do that. Sorry to cut you, but like that. There's an article I was checking just now on the NFF website when we were talking off screen about how to get tickets, and I looked at the article. It was talking about the ticket prices, and in the NFF there was no link to the ticket.
Exactly.
Like even as a writer, does that make sense? You write something you can't link to somewhere, and you are writing an article about tickets, the NFF, and you cannot put link to how people to get tickets. So it's almost like they don't want to sell it at this point.
It's crazy.
Because you see, when England released their list, you see the likes of Sky Sports, they have pundits that they are talking about it, trying to push it. I don't think it's difficult they already know where they will play it, Wembley. But Nigeria, some people don't even know that where they play these games is in Uyo. Some people might even think it's in Onikon Stadium because they are not well informed. I'm telling you, if you put it out there that Nigeria, they are playing Rwanda in Nigeria, some people will even assume it's Onikon Stadium and they will be there. They'll say, where them Boniface, I don't see them. But because they do not market it properly, you don't have to go and be reading that. Most people are not educated in this country. No one has time to be clicking links. Show people that, this is where you can, these are the locations
even
you can.
Billboards.
Yes, and Uyo is very far. It's not accessible. It's not somewhere that I can just say, Izu, let's watch this game and say we'll take this. It's very far. People cannot afford it. The tickets might be cheap. I heard maybe 1K, 3K. But the amount you used to go, and you don't know what these players will deliver. You go there, you see somebody missing one-on-one. You go there, you see new. You'll be upset now. If you actually make the trip, maybe when they were playing for the last World Cup qualifiers, you would not want to go I beg after I don't spend my life savings. You are doing, everybody is struggling. The small money you have, let's say I take one public transport to Uyo and I escape kidnappers and get there, lodge in a hotel, because they said even the stadium is far from people in Uyo. Yes, you lodge there. You go there. You now go and see people missing one-on-one. It's I beg.
It just actually reminds me of a situation. I don't know if you guys remember when we heard a story that some media house journalists, I don't know, journalists or media crew were kidnapped on their way
Yeah.
to cover
Yes.
It was a sad. I think it was
think
the
that
last,
was
the last one
international.
or the one before that.
Yeah, the next.
Some Super Sports crew members.
Damn.
And I think
I think that's
unfortunately
just,
one of
that's
them even
unfortunate for.
Oh my
lost his life.
God.
It's just the state of the polity, right? But talking about Nigeria ticket and all that, let me correct something. The Abuja Stadium is twice the size of Uyo.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it is twice the size of Uyo. But the last World Cup that we failed to qualify, yeah, it was thrown open. But just to say something, I don't think it's a case of people don't want to watch or the distance. Some people are actually ready to
Spend their money and
to
travel
come out and watch these games. I think the Abuja Stadium is well situated, in my opinion. But at the end of the day, you don't give them a reason to, right? We see we live in a country
Yes.
where even those of us that are writers, when Super Eagles win, you see more people are willing to read articles.
Yes.
Yeah, we are not like other countries where it is when things don't go well that people actually tend to read more. Over here, you need Nigeria to be performing for people to read.
When things don't go where people even
Abandon it,
everything.
so a lot of people were really angry because it was thrown open. Nigeria needed to win that last time against Ghana by 1-2.
Yeah.
The place was already bubbling. 1-2, and most of these guys are business people, and they just, the stadium was full and it was overflowing. It had more people than it should contain, even from outside. And then you decided to
And that's like 50,000 plus capacity.
60 plus, yes. So you decided to play, what you played. Of course, like she said, you come from far and wide. Those of us who, for example, journalists, most journalists there were hoping on Nigeria to qualify so that they would attend the World Cup.
Yeah.
For me, it took me 20 minutes after full time to leave my seat. Why? Because I was already thinking, all the write-up, all the
Arrangements
articles,
and everything.
so got a hit. So it's quite frustrating. And another thing is, now who don't chop, they pay money.
that's why I said it's a combination of factors. Yes, the majority of the country is economically
down,
challenged at the moment. Lots of people cannot afford it. Some can afford it, they just don't think it's value for money.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some out of those that can afford it, they don't even know it's happening because we are not marketing it enough.
Yeah.
The ones that can afford it, that consider it value for money and know it's happening, do they care about football?
Yeah.
So when you take all of those factors together, you combine 5 different factors, that's why you have 1,000 people in the entire Nigeria that are willing to pay for a Super Eagles game. And that's why I think, yes, it's a combination of factors. Because if it's just about money, people attend concerts in this country.
Yeah.
People spend on
hundreds of
concerts.
thousands.
Let me put on the concert
But
example.
that brings in the case of value.
I personally made a decision to never attend a concert in Nigeria again because I've never had good experiences. Because it always starts at ridiculous times. They can put 5 p.m. on the
They don't
list and
respect
start
Nigerians.
by 2 a.m.
Yes.
and the artists will still come and
They will
do
still come
anyhow.
late.
And that 2 a.m. self is people that are doing barbing work in their street that will first perform for the first 2 hours. Then the actual artists will come by 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Things like that. So I personally said I would not do it. But I attended a concert recently, it was a year ago, Reminisce's last concert, because I really, really like Reminisce, because I'm a huge Reminisce fan.
Yeah.
And so that's the point I'm making. Even though I already had that personal conviction, I was willing to do it for Reminisce.
They did start
Also, I knew about the Reminisce concert because they promoted it, they marketed
exactly.
it. And as a Reminisce fan, I was like, I don't want to attend the Nigerian concert. Even as much as I like Reminisce, he still did what I was afraid of because it started like 3 o'clock too himself, and I was there since 8 p.m. But the point is that I put my reservations aside because I found out, okay, this thing that I'm going to enjoy and I'm going to pay for because it cost me a lot of money to still
do it.
Even ticket aside, just being there being there from 8 p.m. waiting to 3 a.m. when Reminisce performs. You're not just sitting there, you're going around, you are spending money on things. So, but that's the point I'm making, that Super Eagles are about to play Rwanda away from home. Then they play Zimbabwe at home.
4 days later.
There are billboards everywhere. I'm not seeing anything.
Yes.
It's not in your face. Nigeria or Zimbabwe,
Like,
you get your ticket here. It's not in your face. You don't see it on social media.
Yes.
But what you see on social media, Big Brother Niger brands that have the NFF in a chokehold. That's no. This thing annoys me.
But it's crazy though. It's
Yes.
crazy, and he's right.
This thing
Yes,
annoys me,
yes,
and I'm
yes.
going to sound like a hater. I'm
He's
sorry,
actually
I'm
right.
not hating.
He's
Get
actually
your
right.
money.
He's actually right.
Get your money. As the BBN guy, get your money.
He's actually right.
I'm not. This is not about you whatsoever. Like the situation is tough in this country. But let me just like for the people that actually run the NFL, it shows where your priorities lie.
Yeah.
It is not about as I say, maybe they're not even trying to sell the
Thinking,
football.
yeah,
It's not about selling the football. We know how noise was made when we had that partnership with Nike. We know how we brought in Whiskey, the
True.
Obi, and all these
True.
people
Yes, it was crazy.
to publicize that jersey.
Yeah.
That it became a worldwide phenomenon.
Yes.
People were queuing in Nike stores
get
outside of
Nigerian jersey.
Nigeria
Yeah,
to
Nigerian
get-
to
jersey.
get a Nigerian jersey.
Yes, yeah.
So we know how to make noise for other things. We know how to make noise for irrelevant things. But so why would a Super Eagles of Nigeria game in Nigeria not be able to garner traction? Even if people don't end up going, that's not pun intended. I was not referring to your bum ass country, Ghana. But like, even if people don't end up going, know about it.
Exactly.
At this point, people just, Nigeria they play. Oh, yeah,
Some people,
they
I
show
think
up.
it's even, they don't even know
Still
the
don't
day.
even know.
Oh, like I'm saying, people
Yes.
find out on the day off.
Yes,
Oh,
now.
Nigeria they play today. Or people find out because it's an Nigeria break. You know, okay.
Maybe they will find
Yes.
out.
There's no
international
Premier
break.
League this weekend. Why? It's
Well,
an
on
Nigeria break. So you know by
2023
default,
WhatsApp, yes. You might not
Nigeria
know
will
the
play.
dates.
But you
Yeah.
don't know the exact day. You don't know who they're playing. You
Yes.
don't care about it. We care about it because it's our job to care
Yeah.
about it. And even us, as 4 lifelong sports journalists seated here, are still struggling to say this is where you will buy tickets for the match against Zimbabwe.
They imagine
That is-
someone who is just
That is crazy to me.
True.
Every time I've watched a Nigeria Super Eagles game, tickets have been sold right outside the stadium,
Yeah.
Yes.
right before kickoff.
Right before kickoff.
Nobody that wants to watch a game will plan their life like that and just you find out about the game, you see them selling tickets, then you now find out, now buy your ticket, and now enter. It's something that you plan weeks
Ahead of
ahead.
time.
Yeah.
And how do you,
If you don't have the money.
and how do you plan it? You see it, it registers
It's
in your
face,
mind.
Yeah.
like, bro.
You see on the biggest platforms, they talk about Nigeria is playing
Yeah.
Zimbabwe in 2 weeks. The tickets are 1,000 naira, 3,000.
Like, bro.
Yeah, someone that is scrolling. It's on a Friday. Just for example, it's on a Friday. Reason Friday 5 p.m. I'll be out of work by then. I can actually make a thing of this instead of just going home to sit at home. Let me go out and bad as bad. I'll be back home 8-9 p.m. and I've had a good evening, regardless of the result. It's an experience.
Yeah.
But the people that run our sports don't see
Yeah.
these things are selling an experience because they're not even trying to
they
sell
don't
it.
even care.
I don't think they're
you
trying
can
to sell
even
it.
pitch in one of these artists and say, he will be there to perform before the game.
Actually.
And I tell you, that alone can even attract a lot of people
And
to,
they make their
to
money.
the game. Even if the artist ends up not coming.
Yeah.
You can use it to drag crowd. They don't just
Because
care.
I
don't
begin
care.
to question
They
the,
don't.
the NFF, and I will actually have to name drop the NFF because they're responsible for this. How big or how crucial are these games for us? Because if they are really as crucial as we think they are,
Yes.
there should be buzz.
Exactly. You should be
except you're telling us,
motivating them more.
Nigerians, we don't need you. The boys will go to the pitch. They are going to kill it. We don't need. But bro, the supporters are the core of the Super Eagles team.
Maybe the Akwa Ibom State government will buy the ticket and then
That's all it always comes down to. First of all,
they will buy the ticket and then
give it out,
and give it out.
the first mistake, the first indication of unseriousness is the fact that the states
States
have
will
to,
always come in.
we bid for.
There's always
the
a
states will
particular
bid for the right to
host
host
matches.
the match in the first place. So basically, the NFF just hands it over the state. The Super Eagles is your responsibility now.
Just take care
How
of
this
it.
game will be what I don't live in Akwa Ibom, I don't live in Uyo, but I'm willing to bet money that publicity is not going on in Uyo right
At
now for
all.
this
Yeah, I
game.
don't think so.
And we are like a week away from it.
And crucial games. It's not like we're just playing
Maybe
a
it will pick up
games,
because
like-
maybe it will pick up because they just announced a new commissioner of sports in Akwa Ibom, and it happens to be one of the veterans in the Nigerian MPFL.
But that's the point. It should not be the commissioner of sports
Yeah,
responsibility. This is the Super
but
Eagles.
yeah, but he's like the host, and I do understand what you're saying. Because we've seen some MPFL side that are making money from tickets, and not just that. The thing about links and how people can get the tickets, they've outsourced it to some firms that know how to do this thing. And
Look
then
at
you
what
see-
Sporting Lagos is doing with tickets.
Yes, yes.
Look at I'm not an Ikorodu City fan, but
Yeah,
I know who they play next. I
Yes.
know how to
Get
to
watch
get
it
the
if I
tickets,
want
yes,
to.
yes,
If I'm not doing it because I'm not interested.
Yeah, so maybe Ben is right. the games are not so important to us. We
They are
don't
not
care.
trying to sell it.
We
I don't
don't
think
we
they're
don't
trying to
care
sell
so
it.
much about it.
But
We just want
why
to
is it this way?
win.
Because I don't expect, I don't think anybody here expects that the Super Eagles players will be the ones on their stories. Oh, Nigeria, they are
that's-
normal
that's-
graphics.
NFF
that's not
Nigeria
their
versus this.
NFF
Osimhen's
can
graphic,
even work with all
Boniface's
these
graphic.
sports
that's not their
creators
jobs.
because rather than giving all these influencers that most of them will not even watch it, work with people that, because after a
people know.
particular game, people go to a certain person's
Yeah.
page to want to watch what the person has to
Analysis,
say.
yeah.
Why not go to
reactions.
all these content creators that do football? And most of them, when it's Nigeria during the
They
AFCON,
always take
if you
it
see
so
the way they turned
seriously,
up
bro.
on
Even-
TikTok,
even
they
without-
pushing
so seriously.
this thing free
even-
of charge.
even
If you
aside
say
from
just
AFCON.
collaborative video, people will want to
Yes,
do it, and
yes.
people will know more.
Tosin, people already do it, and the NFF are just not tapping it. And that's why
Yes.
if you remember anything from what I said today, is that they are not trying to sell it. At this point, it's almost intentional. There are people that create content, post sports, create content around the games,
Yeah.
written,
Yes.
video, everything, pre-post, everything. If you want to get the word out, if like there are other shows, there are other podcasts that you see them right to know you will see them like
Yes.
I don't want to call
There.
them, but you know the people I'm talking about. You will see them right to know they are at the AFCON as well. Those guys are there having personal interaction with the players, and everybody that follows them knows that this is going to happen because they talk about it. But the NFF refuses to tap into that. I don't think they even pay
The NFF needs to
influencers
take
to
a
talk
bit
about
more.
No,
Super
they
Eagles
don't.
upcoming games because
Initiative.
again, they are not trying to sell it. We've seen how proactive they are with things they're trying to sell. The Let's Do It Again campaign.
Yeah.
They are trying to say they are doing partnerships. They are
It was
influencers are
quite
posting
loud.
it. They are talking with
They got someone to make the song.
the last NFF event we both attended it together.
Attended,
Isu and I
yes.
attended. How many
Yeah.
Big Brother affiliates were there? Again, I keep mentioning people. I'm not hating on you, but like that is the clear strategy they've adopted.
Yeah.
The people in charge of Let's Do It Again. About 8 of them, showed up on that day.
Yeah.
So like that's the point. But when it comes to the games, it's obvious that it's not their
Yeah.
priority.
It's not, and it doesn't really make
So
sense.
maybe when they start caring more. See, I've always believed that, like Tunde said, the Super Eagles is like the biggest brand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe when they begin to care more about the Super Eagles and see that this team is actually big, if you leave the Super Eagles to certain individuals that I know with the little that they are doing with their clubs, I know the kind of thing they will do with the Super
Definitely.
Eagles, right? If you just leave the Super
So,
Eagles,
if they give it
them-
to you, if they give it to you, Tosin, they give it to you, David, they give it to me. Anybody that actually wants to do something with this will do it.
Yeah,
It's not that the
definitely.
level of the degrees of success will differ.
Yeah.
But the point is that right now they are not even trying to do anything.
And the thing is that Nigerians are very passionate about football. That's
are,
one thing
they
I've
are.
noticed.
Especially when Nigeria is playing.
See,
It's
even
crazy.
Nigeria, look at the way they take their club. If you can push that and
Bro,
put
package
it,
it very well, bro. They'll definitely relate with
I think
it.
it's about care. Like
They
it's
don't
not about
care.
care. Yeah, it's about care.
But we can make another argument that they care because they obviously somebody would say, I had a conversation with a friend and he was like, it just feels like these people are waiting for Nigeria to miraculously qualify. So FIFA can now send them money that, oh yes, qualify for the World Cup. We collect that bag, secure that bag.
For me there.
That's all it's about.
Because that's what it just
that's
looks
all.
like.
That's
But-
all.
Oh,
it's
the
about.
boys will do the
Isu,
business on the pitch. We don't care about the supporters.
So-
Let the Super Eagles play. The Super Eagles come, they play, they win, or we qualify. Okay, yes, the money is coming from FIFA.
It's always
So what
about
you say?
that.
This is not an ad, but you see Sporting Lagos games.
Yeah.
Sporting Lagos VIP tickets are 5K. Super Eagles VIP tickets is 3K.
Okay.
Sporting Lagos VIP, you see the happy corner. It's always damn near full.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people actually pay the 5K.
Yes.
Because they are selling an experience.
Yeah.
It's not just about the football.
Yeah, it's
you
not just about the
there are
football.
lots of things to do. As you're entering, they are already trying to sell you their jerseys. If there's musical performance, you will know. If there's no music about there's halftime games, there's an hype man, there's a lot going on, and they make sure that you know that there's a lot going on before you buy the ticket.
Even
so they
before,
entice you to buy the ticket.
yes.
They have partnership with people that sell food, and you can come there for just the food. You can come there
So
for just the free drink.
there's more to it than just the football.
We are not
Yeah.
interested in selling this thing. That's
this is Super Eagles. You have some of the biggest names
Players in football,
in world
man.
football. Yeah.
players that
So-
sell themselves.
Actually,
Yes.
bro. Osimhen
Yeah,
is
so
coming
I-
back
I
to
think-
play.
I think
You're
we
not
have to-
even
we have
making
to
noise
do
that
more.
Osimhen is coming back. You think he will be the one promoting Super Eagles that he's coming back? No.
That's not the see. The job of these players is to actually enter the pitch,
And
but
play.
once we need to understand that a lot of people are coming to these games because of some of them.
Yes.
I mean, Osimhen is there. Boniface
chance
is
to
there.
see Osimhen, chance to see Boniface.
Ademola
Lookman- yeah, so
Like,
the chances,
bro, can't play
the
on
chance,
here is coming.
yes, so
And this is actually
the big
Nigeria's
brand.
first game since Lookman won that
the-
award.
Yes.
That is a perfect opportunity to promote. Nigeria, the best player in Africa, is going to be in New
Like,
York
you can-
on this day.
Yeah, you can even get him to.
The last two best players in Africa are going to be in New York, Osimhen
Yeah.
and Lookman.
You
And
can
we are
even
not saying it.
You can
People
even
are
get
not
him to
aware.
officially. I mean, that was what Atlanta did. He presented this thing to the fans.
Yes.
Will Lookman be able to present that to Nigerian fans?
Like, bro.
This would have been a perfect opportunity for us to see
It's
Lookman
clear that the
present.
NFF needs a PR department, and I'm sure they have.
Heavily. We've said
they
it.
do have.
I mean, first of all, we talked about this when we used to do reports on Super Eagles. That first of all, to find pictures of Nigerian footballers alone on the NFF do not have a data a photographic database for our players. That's one. We said two, the videos that they upload. The phone camera was as if there was like that.
Yeah. There's been a slight improvement.
I see lots of comments.
These are things that
recent times.
we talked about.
Yeah. In terms of their social media work,
Activity.
I think activity.
He needed
They've
improvement,
improved
massive
lately.
improvement.
Yes,
The whole
improved
PR
lately.
department, you're right.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot
they-
more. To,
I don't know
to
if they have a PR department, but they do have a head of PR that's always in the news for all the wrong reasons for calling coach.
I
wrong name.
want to believe they do. Like you said, I mean, look at the Do It Again campaign. Is that not from the PR?
Yeah.
Look at the Nike, the jersey. Is that not from the PR? So perhaps it is the thing
It's a
they
case of
care more.
priority.
Yeah,
It's
it's the thing they
priority.
care more about. And I've always believed that there is no way you care about the football without doing whatever you want to do.
Yes.
First, if you care about the football, it's going to bring more things to you because this is the Super Eagles. Care about the football self. The first thing is, how can we promote the football? How can we get people to
Get
know
people
more
to
about the
come
football?
and
And in the event that you cannot even promote the football, if the football is too bad to promote the footballers.
Yes.
Their face is sellable.
Like,
Actually.
do you get so
Nigeria,
this
I know
can
Nigeria
get a
will not
lot
play
of
well, but I might want to watch the game because I want to see Osimhen for the first time in person.
Yes.
I
I mean-
might not be expecting us to win, but I want to see some of these guys in person for the first time as a
Yeah,
regular
it's
Nigerian. And if
really
it's
important.
accessible for me and it only costs me 1,000 naira,
Yes, now.
I
And the
might
extra
do it.
hype
You just have to
helps.
convince me a little bit.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy for the average Nigerian to
Yeah.
actually. So and that was why the game in Abuja, they were angry.
Yeah.
Most of them closed, even
Closed
if,
early.
and you know
Even
how
it's not
Nigerians
just, like,
is.
offices
Nigerians
closed
are even if the game is free, do not waste their time
yeah.
because
Yeah.
most of them just care about making money, and you know how the situation is in Nigeria. So when you put it free and they still come, they can get angry for the time, and that was why they destroyed Abuja Stadium. Because you treat the match open does not mean that you play rubbish and they accept it. Do you get? You play nonsense and you want them to come out. So most of them will be like, "Is this what we are going to pay for, or we're
Again,
going to pay for?"
true.
So
That's
it was
another
free.
angle.
You wasted their time. They closed their shop and you play rubbish. If they catch you, because that very day, what they wanted to do to Nigerian players, a lot of people felt they were attacking Ghana. No, they
It
were
was Nigeria.
going after Super
is-
Eagles players.
Wow.
Yes, now those were the guys they wanted. Because yes, Ghana
Are you
didn't do
sure you weren't
anything.
part of them?
The only problem, no, the only,
So he said he couldn't stand up for 20
20 minutes now, yeah, because the thing that Ghana guys walked into it when they were going out. So
Okay.
rather than continue, they just went back. But it was the Nigerian players
That were
that
the main targets.
yeah, those were the guys they were. Is it Ghana that played?
And I'm sure Uzor was probably one of the ones they were looking for.
No,
Say,
if they
"Where
had
that
caught,
guy?"
if they caught one person, like for loud,
Make it come be Uzor when they catch. He don't finish.
Speaking of that,
you know,
I
so
don't
they
know where
need
it
to
is.
care more about the Super Eagles. See, the Super Eagles is like it's the one place where a lot of Nigerians are passionate about.
Yeah.
It is one place that moves the needle and a whole lot of things, So I think they need to put in more care because you've shown that you are capable of doing some of these things. So if the Do It Again campaign can be that good, other things can be good as well. It's just for you to
You eat the nail on the head. As far as I'm concerned, we have some of the best marketing heads in this
Yes.
country.
Yes.
If we are really serious about making the Super Eagles a brand, even despite all the economic challenges that we
Yes.
spoke about,
Yeah.
we would still comfortably be able to sell
Sell it.
10,000 tickets per Super Eagles
Yes.
game
Yeah.
because this is the Super Eagles.
Yeah.
Get the best minds. If you look throughout football, I'm sure we have great minds,
Definitely.
great marketing minds.
Definitely.
But even if you want to say there's a football bias, you don't want to look to football. Look at what the music industry is doing in terms of how they position artists and how they market. Even though some of the artists are coming out and saying, "Nah, God do." So whether it's God
But
that
now
did
God
it,
now.
whether it's God that did it or not, employ that person that God used, and employ them. Let you come and do it for the Super Eagles too.
Today.
Joy is coming. Relax.
I'm not there, but though. So on the final though, guys, 2 crucial games coming up for Super Eagles. One away, one here. Like we said, still no buzz. So I want to ask final question, put you guys on the spot. I'm sure we've all seen the professional final list by our new coach, Eric Chell. And, there's one... Nigerians have already started talking, and I don't even want to... This is... So it won't look like, this is me saying this one, me saying that one. If you were to remove one player from the list and replace it with one player, who's that going to be? Starting with you, Tosin. Let's go.
I think I'll bring in Onyeka.
Okay.
Frank Onyeka from what's this club
Brugge.
again?
Onyeka, he plays with Augsburg. He's on loan at
Augsburg.
Augsburg.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I've
Brentford.
not seen him.
He's on loan. He's on loan.
Yes, no wonder. I thought he was injured.
No.
So I will bring him in. I don't know why he did not make the list.
Who are you taking out?
I think from the attack, Uma. I
Okay.
don't like him. And it's not as if I don't like him. I
Why
don't
don't
like
you like him?
the way he plays. I feel like he's too tall.
Okay.
For
Izu, what about you?
Yeah, I think I'll make 2 or 3 changes.
Please, what are the changes?
One, I'm going to throw away Aribo.
It's true. Yes.
I'll throw away Aribo.
Like,
I'll throw
how
away,
did he make it?
I'll throw away Al Hassan Yusuf,
Okay.
and I think I'll bring in Onyeka.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I need Onyeka back because Onyeka has been one of Nigeria's most consistent
Consistent.
performers. For you to take him out, I don't think so. And he's playing well in Germany.
Yeah.
So I'll take him out, and I will give Uche Cresantos. He's been superb for Getafe. Even the last game against Atletico Madrid, he was really, really good. So I will take him out and allow Al Hassan to find his feet in the MLS. Right? Because we need to win this game, right? I'm not saying he might not help us win the game, but for these particular games, I would have given Chris Santos because, new hunger and all that. Then in attack, I think it's...
straightforward, right?
Yes. We have Arakodare, who is in superb form. So when you have that sort of a giant in that team, I don't think we need Sadiq Umar.
Okay.
So let's bring in Desas to give us something different.
He's a big game player.
Because in the absence of Desas, there should have been an Akpom because these are guys that can make an impact off the bench. Sadiq should just find a way to continue his really nice mini form in Valencia.
Tunde.
The person I want to remove.
I'm dying to hear.
Person I want to remove. Last time they talk about that for this show.
Please. No. Nigerians have already been giving their takes on Twitter, so it's not a new thing.
problem.
I'm just asking.
Just tell us.
No problem. This is not even a matter of talent anyway.
Yeah.
It's just a case of the balance of the squad. I think Victor Boniface, first of all, is not informed. Secondly, the squad is very, 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 very top.
Thank you very much.
We have way too many forwards and midfielders on that.
Yes.
And we only have 6 defenders.
Defenders.
Inside the 6 defenders, only 3 centre backs. One of the centre backs has never played for Nigeria before he go Ogbu. So really, we only have 2 centre backs, Calvin Bassey and William Trusteko. I would remove Boniface and add an extra defender. I don't know why Shemi Ajayi was not called. Maybe it's not fit.
Injured.
Is injured. Okay.
Then
recovering.
there are so many other options as well, especially on the provisional list that could have made it made as a defender that could have made it. Everybody wants to remove Sadiq Umar. I guess.
I mean, because Dare is there. Aroko Dare is there.
I don't think you need both Sadiq and
Dare.
It's like calling up Sadiq and Onuachu. There's no need.
So
I don't know the idea behind
I'll
that.
probably remove Sadiq as well. Alassane Yusuf has only played 3 games in the MLS this season.
Crazy.
Plays for New England Revolution. He left Belgium in January to join New England in the MLS. Has only played 3 games. He's played 4 games in total in 2025. This is not midfield material for the Super Eagles. I don't know what we are doing. In fact, I will just remove him and not replace with anybody. Make him no just day. Remove him first for peace of mind. Let the breeze blow the space. Call 20 players. What happened to 20? If you know you don't have option, what happened to calling 20 and leaving the 2 for CAF?
my God.
This is why I wanted
Oh
you on the
my
show,
God.
man. Guys, honestly, man, I don't know about you, but I really had fun today. Honestly, man, like,
Yeah, it was
what
nice.
is
having
He's a
your
you.
legend.
problem?
He's a legend
What
of
is
the
your
game.
problem?
He brought a crossfire to the heat.
What do you mean you're removing first? Come on. People wake up dreaming that they wear the jersey of the Super
He has
Eagles.
won it enough now. How many times he was at the last AFCON?
Yeah, he was there.
He
He
has
was
a
there.
silver medal from. He has tried. Like,
Yeah.
he has overachieved.
And he was actually playing consistently then at Antwerp.
Okay,
So
what was he playing? Because someone can be playing rubbish every week.
no. For him to have played consistently at Antwerp, right? It means he was playing really well. So and he earned it that period. But no.
Yeah.
He
I
doesn't
agree
deserve. He
with you.
doesn't deserve that
I'm
space.
surprised nobody here mentioned Kelechi Iheanacho. Like,
That's
he's-
He's not in the team now.
That's
Let
That
him
he
find
wasn't- he
his
wasn't,
find his foot in the.
No, even
championship.
as he did not even make the main list, I'm still annoyed that he was on the provisional list.
Yeah.
So like that's
There was no need.
why are we mentioning? Why is he up
he's
for
just like
consideration?
Davido will say, he's just hate.
No, it's not.
Which
So I
hates?
don't think.
You can't hate. When people say hate, me I just laugh. What do you mean by hate? Is he playing? Is playing in the championship and you
Even
can't
the
get
way
it?
he's playing, he hates me.
experience. But some people make an argument for, experience. He has that experience.
What is experience? When did the experience start? What would the experience do for us on the
Not
pitch?
experience is useful. Sometimes you just get bad experiences.
Okay, guys, that's the most we can take on this episode of The Heat, brought to you by Paul Sports. I don't know about you, but I've really had fun with my
really.
co-host and, of course, special guest in the house, Tunde Young. Thank you very much for coming.
World famous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And they gave me drink to drink. So they don't even on our own show, they don't give us drink. So I'm happy for once.
Okay, so guys, send your reactions, comments, likes, on social media. If you see this video on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe, like, and share.
Yep.
Facebook, Instagram, everywhere. Just follow The Heat, brought to you by Paul Sports. My name is David Ben. I'm from the gang. I'm saying
Peace.
goodbye.
Bye.